Hey, Shalom Akim. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Wadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect. And hey, this is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful time we living in, man. On top of everything that's going on, prophecies popping off like popcorn, as this is 2020, the year of prophecy. Okay? And one of the main prophecies that have to come to pass prior to us getting out of here is the RFID chip, and then World War III. Okay? And then it's the kingdom for the rest of our natural, for the rest of time. Okay? For the elect. And for Israel as a whole. Okay? And then touching on the prophecy of the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip, you have this devil Trump, as you see here, is proposing collecting DNA from citizens sponsoring immigrants, expanded biometric terms. And as you I believe, this is the article that this guy Dabu he was referring to. So it says the Trump administration on Friday issued a proposal to expand its DNA and other biometric data collecting of immigrants to include citizens sponsoring them. Okay? It says in a document published on the Federal Register, in a document published on the Federal Register, the Department of Homeland Security, DHS, proposed that any applicant, petitioner, sponsor, beneficiary, or individual filing or associated with an immigrant benefit or request, including United States citizens, must appear for biometric collection without regard to age, unless DHS waives or exempts the biometrics requirements. So that reminds me of how you have these guys, the Census Bureau, which they are very adamant on finding out who's in the house. And of course you already know how this is going to play out. It's based upon COVID, because according to COVID, you may have certain people demographically that are more prone to COVID. Like the new thing now is that the so-called blacks and Hispanics, all right, which when you think of immigrants, you think of so-called Hispanics, are more prone to having the coronavirus. Okay? So we see that this devil, as the scriptures say, he cometh down having great wrath, knowing that he had but a short time. We see that this devil is about to get physical. Okay? And here it is. They said if you lie on these if you lie on the census, you can go to jail. So he's not about to ask politely, for your permission to pry into your life. He's about to just do it, as we see. Okay? It says the agency also proposed the expansion of the term biometrics. Okay? Bio meaning body, metric meaning the measure, so the measurement of the body, to include iris image, palm print, and voice print. The plan was first announced by DHS on September 2nd, when an agency official told CNN that the move would greatly increase the capacity of the department to collect and store information on migrants and verify family relationships during the immigration process. As those technologies became available and can be incorporated as appropriate, it gives the agency the flexibility to utilize them. And then it also would give the agency the authority down the road as new technologies become available. I wonder what those new technologies would be. All roads lead to the RFID chip because it is written of in the scriptures. Okay? The scriptures say, and when you read Revelations 1:1, it says the things that must shortly come to pass. It speaks about how the book of Revelation speaks on things that which must shortly come to pass. It spoke of what? The Roman Empire being revived. All right? And we've seen that came to pass. All right? The Roman Empire, or the Empire of the Edomites, was revived under America. Okay? From the judicial system, All right, to the judicial politics, same shit. You know, to how they teach his kids in school. It all goes back to Rome. As a matter of fact, when you go to college or a school, they want you to type papers in what? Times New Roman. All right, so these are things that are coming to pass. And one of the things that are written, as we always go into in Revelations 13 and 16, is the implementation, all right, of the mark of the beast, or the RFID chip. It says right here, as a matter of fact, in Revelations 13 and 16, it says that he causeth, which when you look at the word cause, it means to make, to construct, form, fashion. So he's causing, or he's fashioning everything towards what? All, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Okay, this is a stamped and imprinted mark of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist. The mark branded upon horses. All right, so these are these future technologies. All right, the RFID chip, the mark, and which will shortly be implemented. Okay, and if you haven't believed us, there's no reason why you shouldn't believe us now, as it is in your face. But the scriptures say, the same shall know that after death by pain. The same shall know the words of that the words of the Lord, that they are true. Just like Nebuchadnezzar, he was so proud until the Lord brought him down to a beast, and then he started to praise the Heavenly Father. Same thing goes with Antiochus Epiphanes. All right, so he's speaking the truth here. And then it also, going back to the article here, and then it also would give the agency the authority down the road as new technologies become available and are reliable, secure. Going to show you that what Esau is pushing is not sustainable. All right? It always has what? Updates, like phones. You always got to keep updating the phone. They always come out with new and so-called better, more improved things. To pivot to using those as well, the official told CNN at the time. So Esau is going to pivot. What's the word? When you're going to pivot, it means to turn. All right? He's going to make or coerce or turn the world into taking that chip. Okay? And actually, when you go into the word mark as well, when you get into the root word, it goes for mark, which we know is charagma, a stamp, as I just read. Going into charax, a pale or stake. That's how it's going to be implemented into you. And then it goes even deeper when you go into what? Grapho. All right? Which is the root word of charax, because that's what they're going to implement in you, man. Within the chip that is going to be implemented in you is going to have your birth certificate. It's going to have everything about you. As a matter of fact, I went to go buy something today, and I used my card, and it was crazy because it actually popped up my phone number. I'm like, how the hell they got my phone number? But I forgot everything is, on my card is linked back to that. So it's going to show you, and what's the card, even with that alone, you had regular cards, and now you got to have the card with the chip on it. And that's considered more secure. You see? But obviously it's not, or else Esau wouldn't be looking to expand, would be looking to increase his technology. All right, so that's just something quick in the spirit. I forgot also the scriptures speak about how Esau, let me grab that, because for you tribes, little do you know, you are the temple of the Heavenly Father. And the scriptures speak about, I think it's in 2 Thessalonians 2 and 4. It says, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God. All right, 1 Corinthians 3:9. Showing himself that he is God. Okay? Because that's his way. That's him trying to circumvent the blessing to fit his favor. Okay? To take Israel out of the hands of the Lord. All right? Basically hijack their spirit to make them worship him. All right, so with that, it's just some quick in the spirit, as I said. Shalom to the elect.